Do you feel it? That quiet stir in your heart? The gentle whisper that something extraordinary is about to happen? This Christmas, I am not here to tell you the story of a tree, or the story of gifts, or even the story of lights that dazzle the night. No. I am here to remind you of the fire that burns within you. The fire that Christmas awakens if only you will let it. Right now, in this very moment, there is a calling on your life. A calling to rise above the doubts that have weighed you down all year, to step into a version of yourself that is braver, stronger, and more alive than you've ever imagined. I want you to know something deeply, something that cannot be ignored. This Christmas is not just a date on the calendar. It is a doorway. A doorway into hope when you felt hopeless. A doorway into forgiveness when your heart has been broken. A doorway into joy that refuses to be stolen, no matter what storms you face. This is your moment. This is your season. And if you listen closely, you will hear the message meant just for you, echoing through the noise, saying, you are meant for greatness. You are meant for change. You are meant for life. They say they care. They say they are worried about you. They lean in with gentle smiles, nodding heads and soft words, but behind their eyes, a different story plays. Behind the guise of concern is a hidden applause for your struggles, a secret celebration of your setbacks. These people want to see you stumble, to see your confidence waver, to see your spirit tested. And the cruelest part is how well they hide it. Their questions sound caring, their advice sounds thoughtful, but their hearts cheer quietly every time you doubt yourself. You feel drained, confused, even guilty for sensing the truth. But hear me clearly. Your pain is not for their approval, it is for your awakening. The very thing they celebrate in secret is the fuel you must use to rise. They cannot dim your light without your permission. When someone celebrates your pain while pretending to care, it's a test. Life has a way of placing masks on people, and not everyone who smiles at you is on your side. Some people are spectators of your struggles, eager to watch your tears stain the floor while they remain safe in their judgment. This is not weakness in you, it is clarity. When you recognize this, you begin to see the world with sharper eyes. You learn to measure the intentions of those around you, to discern who is rooting for your growth and who is quietly hoping for your fall. Their celebration is meaningless unless you hand over your power. Refuse to give it to them. Stand taller, speak louder, move forward. Their delight in your pain will vanish when they realize it has no control over your destiny. They will speak in riddles, mask criticism as advice, and dress judgment in love. You might feel obligated to listen, to consider their words, to internalize their disguised happiness at your struggle. But don't. You have a purpose too significant to be entangled in their covert celebration. Every harsh word, every sarcastic compliment, every sigh of concern is a mirror reflecting their fear and insecurity, not yours. Recognize it, thank it, and walk away from it. Your energy is sacred. The more you allow yourself to be free from the approval of those who celebrate your pain, the more your spirit soars. And the more you shine, the less power they have over your path. Their disguised concern often comes with a subtle weapon, comparison. Why can't you be more like them? Are you sure you're doing the right thing? These words sting because they exploit your vulnerabilities. They are designed to make you question your choices, to make your struggle seem like a failure. But here is the truth, your journey is yours alone. Their applause for your pain cannot dictate your progress unless you surrender. You are the only one who decides the value of your growth, the meaning of your setbacks, and the trajectory of your life. Use their false concern as a reminder that their world does not define yours. Sometimes the ones who celebrate your pain disguise it as curiosity. They ask, "Are you okay?" And in the same breath, they dissect your struggle like entertainment. They gossip about your mistakes as if your life is a spectacle. But let me tell you something. Every time you rise above, every time you heal, every time you smile despite the storm, you take away the power they thought they held. Their hidden celebration is powerless against resilience. Your pain is not a performance. It is a chapter in your rise story. You are the author, and they are only background noise. Your response to those who celebrate your pain determines your future. You can shrink, you can let it consume you, or you can rise above with fierce determination. Every tear, every scar, every sleepless night becomes fuel when used correctly. Let their disguised concern ignite your drive instead of your despair. Show them that what they celebrate in secret is a shadow compared to the light of your progress. When you turn their joy into motivation, you become untouchable. You own your pain, you master your destiny, and nothing disguised as concern can sway your path. Do not mistake their words for truth. People who celebrate your pain often craft narratives to make you question your worth, but those stories are lies. You are not weak, you are not failing, you are not behind. Your struggle is preparation, your pain is refinement, and your perseverance is proof that you are destined for greatness. When you recognize their disguised celebration, you also recognize the immense power within you. They are spectators. You are the storm, the fire, the unstoppable force moving forward despite their quiet applause. Even when their actions sting, even when their disguised concern cuts deep, remember, your pain has a purpose. It is teaching you resilience, patience, and clarity. Their hidden celebration cannot steal this lesson. Every challenge they hope will break you is an opportunity to rise higher, to shine brighter, and to walk into your purpose with courage they cannot imagine. Pain is temporary. Your impact is eternal. Refuse to allow their celebration to define your narrative. Their whispers, their smiles, their disguised concern, none of it holds power unless you give it permission. Stand strong, keep moving, and celebrate your own victories quietly, fiercely, unapologetically. Let your success be the silence that drowns their cheer. Every step forward is proof that you are not a victim of their celebration, but a victor over it. Remember, the world will always have those who pretend to care while celebrating your pain. But you are made for something greater. You are made to rise above, to shine regardless, and to turn every disguised smile into fuel for your destiny. They cannot stop your growth. They cannot dim your light. They cannot define your story. Your pain is not their entertainment. It is your transformation. And that, my friend, is unstoppable. Sometimes the people around you wear the cloak of wisdom. They speak with confidence, offering advice that sounds reasonable, guidance that feels necessary, and mentorship that seems genuine. But behind that polished exterior lies a hidden agenda. They are not guiding you toward your purpose. They are steering you toward their comfort zone, their desires, their illusions of control. And if you follow them blindly, you risk losing yourself in the process. Their guidance, disguised as care, can twist your path, confuse your mind, and trap your spirit. The pain that comes from following such false direction is real, and it often feels like betrayal. But hear me clearly. This is not failure. This is a test of discernment, a call to awaken to the truth that not everyone who speaks with authority has your best interests at heart. You must listen, but more importantly, you must feel. It's easy to trust someone because of their charm, their credentials, or the confidence they project. They have the ability to convince you that their path is your path, that their dream should become your dream. And yet, every time you feel unsettled, every time your heart tightens with doubt, that is your soul warning you. Your instincts are the compass given to you by life, and they are not to be ignored. The guidance that aligns with your purpose feels different. It feels expansive, liberating, and energizing. When someone's advice leaves you feeling drained, small, or doubtful of your worth, that is the signal that they are leading you astray. The courage to trust yourself over their words is the beginning of your freedom. They disguise their self-interest as concern. I just want what's best for you, they say. But their version of best is often what benefits them, comforts them, or validates their worldview. They are like wolves in sheep's clothing, blending in with your dreams while quietly steering you toward frustration, limitation, or delay. This is why discernment is critical. You cannot afford to let the agendas of others dictate the course of your life. You must rise above the surface, look beyond the charm, and recognize the motives hidden behind the words. Not everyone who smiles at your ambition is rooting for your victory. The danger is subtle. They don't push you violently or shout in opposition. No, they sow seeds of doubt gently, asking questions that make you hesitate, casting shadows over your confidence, introducing small fears that grow into mountains if unchecked. Are you sure about this? Maybe you should reconsider. Is this really the right time? These phrases feel harmless, but their goal is not guidance. It is control. It is to keep you in a loop of hesitation and dependency, away from your full potential. The strength to see through their subtle manipulation is a muscle you must develop. Each time you discern their true intent, you grow stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your destiny. You will encounter many like this in life: colleagues, friends, even family, people who have the ability to influence your decisions, but not the courage to support your success. And the harsh truth is that sometimes their guidance will look like opportunity, but feel like restriction. If you blindly follow them, you hand over the power of your dreams. If you allow their agendas to cloud your vision, you delay your destiny. Your responsibility is to honor your intuition, trust your journey, and embrace the clarity that comes when you step away from their disguised control. Their influence often comes with charm, flattery, or even moments of truth. They are clever, and their manipulations are crafted with care. That is why many never realize the damage until it is too late. But your awareness is your armor. Every time you pause, reflect, and assess the intent behind their advice, you reclaim control of your life. You recognize the difference between authentic guidance and subtle sabotage. You learn to follow wisdom, not manipulation. You learn to trust those whose vision for you expands rather than confines, elevates rather than restrains. The most dangerous lesson is that they will convince you to question yourself. They will make you doubt your instincts, your skills, and your worth. And in those moments, your growth feels threatened and your confidence wavers. But understand this: if your purpose is real, it will not be defined by the opinions of others. Your purpose will push through confusion, doubt, and disguised guidance. Your calling is stronger than their interference. You are capable of seeing clearly, of discerning truth from deception, and of walking the path that was made for you. Learning to identify those who lead you astray is not an act of arrogance, it is an act of courage. It is an acknowledgement that your life is too precious to be steered by the ambitions of others. It is a declaration that you will honor your vision, your journey, and your destiny above all else. Those who pretend to guide you will test your discernment, but they cannot stop the determination that burns inside you. Each time you follow your truth instead of their agenda, you grow closer to the life you were meant to live. Your journey demands vigilance. People who masquerade as guides will always exist, but your responsibility is to yourself. Stand firm in your clarity, trust the whispers of your heart, and recognize the motives behind the words that seek to control you. Their disguised guidance has no power over the one who refuses to follow blindly. When you walk your path with purpose and confidence, you rise above confusion, you transcend manipulation, and you claim the victory that was always meant to be yours. The lesson is simple but profound. Not all guidance is true guidance. Some is camouflage for control, some is clever manipulation, and some is a reflection of their own fears, not your destiny. Embrace the courage to listen to your heart, to follow your intuition, and to honor your purpose. The world will always have those who seek to mislead, but they cannot redirect the determined soul who knows their path. Walk boldly, choose wisely, and never allow disguised guidance to take you from the life you were born to live. There are people who smile when you achieve, who clap when you succeed, and who nod approvingly when the world applauds your progress. But behind those smiles, there is a quiet envy that seeps through their eyes, that lingers in the tone of their voice, that hides behind the mask of congratulations. They want you to rise, but only to a limit they can tolerate. They want you to shine, but only enough to not outshine them. And when you surpass what they imagine, when you break boundaries they never dared to cross, that secret envy flares into subtle sabotage. They may speak words of support, but their hearts whisper, not too far, not too fast, not beyond me. Recognize this truth. Their jealousy is not your burden, it is your mirror. Their envy is evidence of your greatness, and it is your responsibility to turn their quiet resentment into fuel for your relentless rise. People will pretend to be happy for your victories, but the proof is always in the details. Listen to the half-hearted congratulations. Notice the way their attention shifts when you speak of success. Observe the size of discomfort when your light grows too bright. This is the world's way of testing your resolve. Some will celebrate you publicly while mourning your progress privately. Their envy is not subtle. It is human. And understanding this truth will change everything. It teaches you that the only true validation comes from within. The applause of others is fleeting. The satisfaction of your soul is eternal. When you succeed, despite the disguised envy around you, you prove that your destiny cannot be contained by the limitations of others' hearts. Their envy often comes wrapped in advice. Be careful, they say. Don't overreach, they warn. It's dangerous to aim too high, they caution. Every word is a chain disguised as concern, a subtle attempt to tether your ambition. They cannot stop your vision unless you accept their constraints. Every time you allow someone else's jealousy to dictate your choices, you shrink, you settle, you dim your fire. But when you see through their envy, you rise with clarity. You understand that their discomfort is not your problem. It is a reflection of their fear and limitation. Your victories are yours alone, and no one's envy can rewrite the story of your ascent. Envy is quiet, but it is relentless. It seeps into conversations. It influences decisions. It masks itself as friendship. And yet it can never touch the foundation of a soul determined to grow. When you embrace your potential, when you honor your talents, when you move relentlessly toward your goals, their envy becomes powerless. It is a shadow in the corner, unable to stop the light of your progress. Remember this: the higher you climb, the louder their whispers of envy may become. But the same whispers confirm that you are on the right path. Their jealousy is a signpost, not a barrier. The key is to protect your energy. Do not let the disguised envy of others infiltrate your mind. Their subtle comparisons, their reluctant praise, their hidden resentment, none of it belongs to you. It is theirs to carry. Your responsibility is to focus on your path, to pursue your purpose, and to celebrate your wins fully, unapologetically, and without hesitation. Let your success be a lesson, a beacon, and a testament to the power of staying true to yourself. Some will pretend to rejoice at your accomplishments, yet secretly they hope for your downfall. Their envy may make them subtle critics, backhanded supporters, or silent competitors. And when you notice it, when the clarity hits you, it is not a cause for anger. It is a call to action. Let every envious glance, every concealed frown, every reluctant cheer remind you of one undeniable truth. You are moving forward, and they are recognizing it. Whether they admit it or not, their envy cannot stop the unstoppable. Envy often comes with disguise. Some will share your success stories, but their hearts ache with the desire to outshine you. Some will ask questions about your progress, but their curiosity is rooted in comparison, not care. And some will silently celebrate setbacks that you have not even noticed yet. The only way to protect yourself is to remain vigilant, to trust your instincts, and to honor the joy that comes from your accomplishments rather than the opinions of those who envy them. The presence of envy is a reminder of your growth. If no one envies your victories, perhaps your light is too dim, perhaps your influence too small. But when envy exists, it proves that you are visible, that you matter, and that your success has impact. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it drive you further. Your journey is not about their comfort. It is about your destiny. Their envy will always be powerless against a soul committed to rising above and shining brightly. Celebrate your wins even when others cannot. Speak proudly of your progress even when envy hides behind smiles. Move boldly even when others hesitate. The world will try to dim your light with disguised resentment, but remember, their envy is not a barrier, it is evidence. Evidence that you are growing, succeeding, and destined for greatness. Let it fuel you, not frustrate you. Their jealousy is a mirror. Your victories are proof. Finally, recognize the beauty of moving beyond envy. When you refuse to be influenced by the concealed resentment of others, you claim your freedom. You become unstoppable. You rise with clarity, power, and purpose. And in that moment, you understand the ultimate truth. Their envy can never compete with your courage, your determination, or your light. The higher you climb, the stronger you shine, and the more unstoppable you become. There are people who show up when it's convenient, who offer a hand when it suits their schedule, who smile when your progress aligns with their interests. But true support, true unwavering support, that is rare. What most call support is conditional, transactional, a favor wrapped in the guise of loyalty. They cheer when your success reflects well on them. They advise when it elevates their status, and they help when it benefits their convenience. But when the storm hits, when the weight of struggle bears down on you, when the road becomes uncertain, where are they? They vanish. Their support evaporates. And the lesson is not bitterness, it is awakening. It is a call to recognize that the only support you can fully depend on is the one you cultivate within yourself. You cannot rely on someone else to carry the weight of your dreams. You must rise, stand, and fight for yourself. Conditional support is a silent lesson in self-reliance. People may offer encouragement, advice, and resources, but when those things require sacrifice, commitment, or risk on their part, they disappear. They vanish quietly, leaving you to face the challenge alone. And it is in those moments, in the absence of convenience-driven support, that you discover your strength. You discover the fire that burns within, the courage that refuses to surrender, and the resilience that grows when no one else is watching. The true measure of support is not in applause or approval. It is in consistency, in sacrifice, in standing firm, even when there is nothing to gain. Some will appear to be allies, but their alignment is with opportunity, not loyalty. They calculate how much they gain from your triumphs. And when the balance shifts, when your struggle demands more than they are willing to give, they step back. It may sting. It may feel like betrayal, but this is not their failure. It is your moment of clarity. Life is showing you that you cannot wait for permission, approval, or assistance to pursue greatness. You are not dependent on others for your progress. You are the architect of your destiny. The sooner you accept this truth, the sooner your path becomes unstoppable. Watch closely how people react to your challenges. True supporters will stand firm in the storm. Conditional supporters will drift like clouds, convenient only when skies are clear. And while the absence of conditional support may feel lonely, it is actually liberating. It forces you to rely on your courage, to trust your instincts, and to rise beyond limitations. Every person who walks away reveals the truth about the landscape of your life. Not everyone who appears helpful is truly invested in your growth. Recognize it, accept it, and move forward stronger. Their benefits-driven support is often disguised as wisdom. I'm helping you because I see potential, they say, but their help has strings. Their advice may be tailored to ensure you never surpass them. Their assistance may be limited to what costs them nothing. And their loyalty may vanish when your journey demands effort they are unwilling to give. This is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of their priorities. And understanding this allows you to protect your energy, focus on your purpose, and cultivate real, consistent support from those whose hearts align with your vision. Conditional support often tests your resilience. It challenges you to rise when no one else will, to carry the weight alone, to confront obstacles without applause or approval. And when you succeed in the absence of convenient support, when you thrive despite the lack of help, you realize the truth. You were stronger than you imagined, and you were never truly dependent on them in the first place. Their withdrawal does not weaken you, it empowers you. It is easy to feel disappointment when someone's support disappears. But disappointment is not the lesson here. The lesson is freedom. The lesson is clarity. The lesson is awakening to the reality that your life's progress is in your hands, not in theirs. True support never vanishes. Conditional support always will. And the sooner you embrace this, the sooner you stop investing energy into those whose help is only temporary. Your focus belongs to your purpose, your dreams, and your unstoppable rise. Notice who steps up when your goals demand sacrifice, who stands firm when your vision requires risk, and who supports you when there is nothing to gain. Those are the allies worth keeping, the supporters worth trusting, the people whose loyalty is genuine. The rest, they are background noise, disguised as help but irrelevant to your destiny. Their convenience-driven presence cannot dictate your path. Your focus, your courage, and your determination do. Every time conditional support fades, you are presented with a choice. Resent it or use it. Use it to ignite your independence, sharpen your resolve, and fuel your relentless drive. The absence of support is not a barrier, it is a challenge, a test of your commitment, a call to action. When you succeed despite it, you rise above mediocrity, above dependency, and above the limitations others try to place on your life. Remember this, the only support that truly matters is the one you create within yourself. No person, no circumstance, and no fleeting ally can define your progress unless you allow it. Your strength, your determination, and your purpose are unstoppable when fueled from within. Those who support only for their benefit are irrelevant to your rise. Your destiny cannot be outsourced, and your greatness cannot wait. Step forward, stand firm, and trust in the unshakable power of your own resolve. There are people who promise presence, loyalty, and companionship. They speak words that sound reassuring, they offer smiles that feel warm, and they claim to be by your side through every challenge. But when life tests you and storms rage and obstacles rise, they vanish. Suddenly, the hands that were once ready to hold you are empty. The voices that once promised encouragement are silent, and in that moment, you feel the weight of abandonment. But here is the truth. Their disappearance is not your failure. It is a revelation. It is the universe showing you who truly matters, who is real, and who is invested in your rise. Those who vanish cannot define your strength. They only expose the power that has always been within you. Their absence is often disguised as circumstance. I'm busy, they say. I didn't realize, they explain. I'll be there soon, they promise. But the truth is clear. When someone truly values your journey, they find a way, not an excuse. Their disappearance teaches you a hard, unshakable lesson. Don't depend on anyone for your survival, your progress, or your happiness. You are the anchor in your own storm, the captain of your own ship, and the force that can propel yourself through adversity. But their leaving does not weaken you, it awakens you. Life has a way of separating those who are real from those who are fleeting. Some will cheer from the sidelines, some will celebrate from a distance, and some will vanish altogether when the path becomes treacherous. And while the sting of abandonment can be deep, it is also enlightening. It forces you to confront a reality that many never see. Your resilience cannot depend on anyone else. You must find it within yourself. You must rise on your own, stand tall on your own, and carry your purpose forward with unwavering courage. Those who disappear are mirrors reflecting your independence. They are not failures, they are messengers. They are reminders that no external support can replace your internal fire. And when you face challenges alone, when you navigate pain without assistance, you discover strength you never knew existed. You realize that every resource you need, every courage you seek, and every breakthrough you desire is already inside you. Their absence becomes a catalyst for your growth, not a limitation on your journey. Disappearance often comes with subtle guilt. I thought you'd be there, your heart whispers. Why did they leave, you ask yourself, and the answer is not in their absence, it is in your awakening. You are not meant to lean on those who will not stand. You are meant to rise beyond them, to stand even when support vanishes, and to thrive even when the world seems silent. This is the power of self-reliance, the kind of strength that cannot be shaken by circumstance. and the resilience that defines true champions. Their leaving may feel like rejection, but it is actually liberation. Every person who disappears removes the weight of false expectations. Every ally who abandons you clarifies who deserves your trust and attention. And in their absence, you find focus, clarity, and unshakable determination. Life is teaching you that you are enough. Your fire, your courage, and your purpose do not depend on anyone else. They are forged in the moments when support disappears and strength becomes your only option. When they disappear, you face the raw reality of your journey. You confront the void, the silence, and the challenge head on, and in doing so, you awaken the warrior inside. You realize that your destiny cannot be halted by absence, that your dreams cannot be stolen by departure, and that your spirit cannot be broken by those who fail to stay. Their absence becomes a testing ground for your commitment, a proving ground for your resilience, and a reminder that true strength emerges in solitude. Some will vanish quietly, some will leave suddenly, and some will hide behind excuses while you struggle. But the lesson remains: your journey is yours alone to champion. No one else can fight your battles, carry your burdens, or ignite your purpose the way you can. Their disappearance is a blessing in disguise, a catalyst to unlock your inner power, and a reminder that you are unstoppable when you refuse to rely on anyone but yourself. Absence also teaches gratitude for those who remain, for those who show up consistently, and for the strength you discover within yourself. Every vanished ally illuminates the value of true presence. Every empty hand reminds you to cultivate resilience, and every silent cheer teaches you that the only voice that matters in the end is your own. You are the hero of your story, the author of your journey, and the unshakable force that rises despite disappearance. Finally, understand this: those who vanish cannot define your path, delay your progress, or dim your light. They are background noise in the story of your rise. Your resilience, determination, and unwavering commitment to your dreams define your destiny. And when you learn to move forward regardless of who stays and who leaves, you unlock the ultimate truth. You are unstoppable, unbreakable, and fully capable of achieving everything you were born to achieve. As we reach the end of this message, I want you to pause and let it sink in. The truths we have uncovered tonight are not just lessons, they are calls to awaken, calls to rise, calls to reclaim the power that has always been yours. Life will test you in ways you never imagined. People will smile while hoping you fail. They will offer guidance while secretly leading you astray. They will appear to celebrate your victories while envy lingers in their hearts. They will offer support only when it benefits them, and some will disappear completely when you need them most. And yet, through all of this, there is a force within you that cannot be touched, a fire that cannot be extinguished, a strength that cannot be stolen. That force is your courage, your purpose, your destiny, and when you recognize it, when you embrace it, everything changes. This is your reminder that you do not need permission to rise. You do not need validation to pursue your dreams. You do not need anyone's approval to shine. Every pain, every setback, every moment of betrayal, every absence you have faced, these were never meant to break you. They were meant to prepare you, to strengthen you, to awaken a resilience that nothing in this world can defeat. When you take ownership of your life, when you stand tall despite the disguised concerns and hidden agendas of others, you step into the greatness that was waiting for you all along. Remember, the world will always have those who try to dim your light. They will mask envy as celebration, manipulate through advice, and vanish in your moments of need. But the light within you is far brighter than any shadow they can cast. Your victories, your courage, your persistence, your resilience, they belong to you and you alone. No one else can define your worth, limit your potential, or dictate your destiny. And when you begin to live this truth fully, the people, the circumstances, and the obstacles that once seemed impossible lose their power over you. This Christmas, let this message be your guide. Let it remind you that every hardship, every challenge, every encounter, whether supportive or deceptive, is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Let it ignite a fire in your heart that refuses to settle for mediocrity, that refuses to be silenced by envy or fear, and that refuses to wait for permission to rise. Let it awaken the courage to trust yourself, the clarity to see through false guidance, the determination to succeed despite obstacles, and the wisdom to value the presence of those who truly uplift you. Your life is too precious to hand over to anyone else. Your journey is too important to be distracted by temporary people, conditional support, or disguised agendas. Stand tall, rise boldly, and embrace the power that has been within you all along. Let this Christmas be the moment when you take full ownership of your destiny, when you move forward with courage, and when you step into a life that is unstoppable, unbreakable, and filled with purpose. Thank you for listening, for believing, and for choosing to rise above every obstacle in your path. May your heart be filled with courage, your spirit with resilience, and your life with unstoppable joy. God bless you, and may this Christmas ignite a fire within you that will never be extinguished.